Great to have you with us from our Delta MSG studios. Bill Pito along with Alan Hanna, Wally Zerbiak. The pregame show, we talked all about, Wally, the Knicks needing to get Karl-Anthony Towns more involved, get him more shots. Suffice it to say, he was really involved tonight.
First possession, got him the ball. He went straight to the basket, scored. No hesitation the whole entire first quarter, at 24 in that first half. And then what a third quarter by the Knicks. They completely dominated this game. Knicks were down 13 at one point in the third quarter. I won't say what was going on in our green room. It was a little bit of tension in the green room when they went down 13.
There was tremendous poise in the green room.
They immediately made 3 threes, went on a 30-10 run, flipped the game, and got a huge win that they really needed in this young season.
Another thing we talked about in the pregame was the three-point attempt, something Tom Thibodeau wanted to see more three-point shots put up. They put up 40 in this game. They made 18 in the third quarter is really where they started knocking down those threes. But when you watch this team throughout the course of the game, even down 13, what you're noticing with this Knicks team early in the season is the possessions are all good possessions. You're getting good shots. It's a matter of just finding rhythm, and they did find that rhythm in the second half. And all you can say about Karl-Anthony Towns is this is exactly why you get a player like that. He was bigger than everybody on the floor, literally, figuratively. He got all kinds of rebounds. He made big shots, and he showed you he can also carry a team offensively.
Against the Cavs the other night, Towns, Wally only got 8 shots. Tonight he got 24. And we're getting a chance now to obviously watch him closely and watch him on a night-by-night basis. He's got an amazing diversity to his offensive game.
He's got the complete package. 17 for 25. I mean, that's an impressive stat line. They're all high-quality shots because he has a matchup advantage no matter who's guarding him. And a lot of this was over a great defender in Bam Adebayo. He completely showed the total package. I love the no hesitation. Yep. That's the big thing. When you catch and square. If the defender is off you, just shoot over him. I mean, he's got a high release. He's 7 feet tall. He softens up his legs. He's an outstanding standstill jump shooter. And then Jalen Brunson played like a true point guard tonight, too. He realized this is Towns' night. I got to feed the beast. I got to let my big man eat, just like he mentioned he needed to do in postgame after the game when he only had 8 shots. And Towns responded with ferocity, with emotion, with fire, with energy, and carried this Knicks team to a big road win against their arch rivals, the Miami Heat.
7-footer, 40% three-point shooter, 4 of 6 coming into this game from 3, 5 3 attempts, 4 of 5 from downtown. If you think about, again, the high efficiency ability to shoot the 3, what a great value that is. But unlike a lot of big men in this game that shoot threes, he also plays inside the paint. We saw some of the paint finishes. And again, the rebounding. I just think that's a big part of the questions about the changes in this team from last season to this season. Will they still play with grit? Will they still be able to rebound the basketball? I think we saw a lot of those questions answered in a game like this against a hard-playing team like the Miami Heat.
And the third quarter really was key, Wally. You mentioned the Knicks. About 8 minutes to go in that third quarter, they're down 70-57, down by 13. They go on a 30-10 run, and in that third quarter, they go 8 of 13 from downtown to come back.
Yeah, that was huge. And it was almost like they looked up. They're like, we're really down 13 points. We better kick it into gear quick because we don't want to. We're staring 1 and 3 in the face right here, and we do not want that to happen. And they just responded with a mini 8-straight run. OG Anunoby knocks down a couple threes. And the Knicks have shooters. They have guys that can knock down triples, space the floor. The ball movement was outstanding. And I just think this team is starting to not think. They're starting to play with their instincts. And they're starting to just react and read and react. And that's what happens with new pieces. There is no hesitation on these jump shots. It is make a quick, decisive move. If you have something, take the shot. If you don't, move the ball and find your teammate. That's what good teams do with great players, and the stats prove how well the Knicks played tonight.
Yeah, and you know, that third quarter, while we're talking a lot about Karl-Anthony Towns, both Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges struggled with their shooting in the first half, but those two guys really got it cooking in the third quarter. The two of them combined for 18 points. Brunson had 10. Both of them made 2 3-pointers in that run of three-point shooting as well. So when that backcourt really started getting going, so he had Karl-Anthony Towns was balancing it to start the game. These two guys took over, and that's when the offense really got unlocked. And that's when you start to see the true potential of this team.
Just showed you the stats. Not on there. The Knicks had 30 assists.
It's 30
assists.
9 in the third quarter.
Yep.
And Mikal Bridges uneven maybe at the beginning, but when the game was on the line, when the game turned in the third quarter, he was all over the edge.
Made big shots and 4 stocks, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He's given you a bit of everything, Wally. He's one of the top two-way players in the NBA.
Yeah, and his motor, too. I mean, he doesn't come out of the game. He plays both ends of the floor, and he's not a one-dimensional player like a lot of people thought he might be coming out of Villanova, a 3-and-D guy. He does everything out there on the basketball floor. I mean, he will post up smaller defenders and put them in the cage, and he does not miss inside the arc. His percentages inside the three-point line this year are outstanding. And these threes, these are kind of tough threes. Quick catch-and-shoot threes, couple of them fading away. I mean, he is not hesitating. He is finding his groove and his rhythm in a New York Knicks uniform. And the most important thing as a player, especially into a new team, is do not play passive. You have to be the aggressor. You have to play aggressively. And tonight, Bridges and Towns, they were the aggressors against an aggressive Miami Heat team, and that's why they won the game.
And how confident, like, he's a playmaker, 6 assists, by the way. So there's a lot of times where he'll take the ball up the floor. He'll be able to run a little bit of the offense, and that's what you like. But it's the confidence that he has, and you can see it. Even though he was struggling early on with his shot in this game, he never stopped shooting. He never got into his head. He just kept shooting. He had the confidence of going to his spots. And like Wally said, it's, I have a matchup. Where am I going? Inside, because this guy's smaller. Okay, or I'm going to spot up outside and get this off quickly. And he got himself into a rhythm. And you see, like Bill, he has a little swag to him. For a guy that doesn't really do a lot of demonstrative things, that when he gets it cooking, you can see that he starts to get into this little bit of a rhythm. Guys feed off that, and there's a multifaceted impact that he has on this game, which is, again, we talk about why'd you get Towns? You got Bridges for all the things that he showed you in this game, too.
And it helped offset another poor shooting night from Jalen Brunson. Did score 22, but only 6 of 18 shooting from Brunson. Didn't matter. Knicks win it, 116-107.